Every day, when you wake up, you are presented with an opportunity to reshape your reality, take charge of your life, and move one step closer to who you're truly meant to be. But there's something you must understand before anything else. The most powerful force you'll ever encounter in this world is the one inside you. The words you say to yourself, the beliefs you hold, they shape the way you experience life. And so here are 10 things you should tell yourself every day. Before you chase anything outside of yourself, remind yourself that you are enough. Not in a passive, complacent way, but in a powerful, purposeful way. When you know you are enough, you give yourself permission to learn, grow, and be better. But it all starts from within. Life isn't a straight path, and neither is growth. You will face obstacles, but when you see every challenge as an opportunity, you change the game. Challenges aren't roadblocks, they are stepping stones toward the next version of you. Gratitude shifts your perspective. No matter what you face today, there is always something to be thankful for. When you focus on gratitude, you become resilient. It's the foundation of joy, even when things aren't perfect. You have untapped potential inside of you. Every day, remind yourself of your capacity to grow, stretch, and rise above the circumstances. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Each day is a chance to make a difference, no matter how small it seems. Whether it's in your work, your relationships, or the way you approach a challenge, you have the ability to influence and inspire. The impact doesn't have to be grand, but it must be real. Success is not reserved for the lucky few. It's available to those who believe in their own worth and pursue their goals with conviction. Tell yourself every day, I am worthy of everything I dream of, and I will work for it. Your path is unique. It will not look like anyone else's. And that's okay. Trust in your own journey. Trust that each step, even when it feels uncertain, is moving you in the direction of your purpose. The world around us can be chaotic, but you have the power to choose how you respond. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring the challenges. It's about responding with hope and belief in your ability to overcome. Your happiness is in your hands. External circumstances may affect you, but how you choose to react is entirely up to you. Remind yourself daily that happiness is an inside job. Finally, tell yourself, every action I take matters. The choices I make today shape the life I lead tomorrow. Your actions, no matter how small, are the building blocks of the future you desire. Remember, these are not just affirmations, these are reminders of your power. Every day when you tell yourself these truths, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your life. So, tell yourself, I am enough. I embrace challenges. I am grateful for today. I am capable of more. I will make a positive impact. I am worthy of success. I trust my journey. I choose positivity. I am responsible for my happiness. I believe in the power of my actions. And when you do, you'll find that the world around you will shift. Because when you change how you see yourself, you change everything. Every day we wake up with the potential to shape the world around us. But before we set out to accomplish anything, there is one essential truth that we must first recognize and internalize. I am enough. These three simple words carry profound meaning, but we often underestimate their power. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to do more, be more, and become more. Social media, success stories, and even the pressures of our own ambitions can make us feel as though we are always falling short. Yet at the core of it all, there lies a simple truth. You are enough, just as you are in this moment. It can be easy to dismiss the importance of telling yourself this every day. After all, you might think, isn't it arrogant or complacent to believe that I'm enough? Shouldn't I always be striving for more? The truth is, embracing the idea that you are enough doesn't mean you stop pursuing growth, excellence, or self-improvement. On the contrary, it sets the stage for a more profound, sustainable kind of growth, one that comes from a place of self-acceptance rather than self-doubt. It's about acknowledging that you are worthy of love, success, and all the opportunities life has to offer, just as you are right now. This understanding is not about denying flaws or imperfections, but about accepting them as part of your human experience, not as evidence that you are unworthy or incomplete. When you tell yourself that you are enough, you shift your focus. Instead of constantly feeling like you need to prove your worth to the world, you start to realize that your worth is inherent. The journey of life is not about checking boxes or accumulating external validation. It's about discovering and accepting the person you are at the core. Once you believe that you are enough, you will be empowered to pursue your passions, face your fears, and take risks without the crippling fear of failure or rejection. This self-acceptance does not mean that you will stop facing challenges, but it does mean that you will approach those challenges from a place of strength rather than one of self-doubt. Think about the last time you felt uncertain about something, perhaps an important decision or a new opportunity. What did you tell yourself? Did you question your abilities, your potential, or your worth? It's easy to slip into negative self-talk, especially when faced with the unknown. But when you remind yourself that you are enough, you acknowledge that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. You are enough, not because everything in your life is perfect, but because you are willing to face imperfection with courage and grace. You are enough not because you've already achieved everything you dream of, but because you have the potential to keep moving forward and creating the future you desire. Telling yourself that you are enough is also an act of kindness. It's a way to practice self-compassion in a world that often teaches us to be our own harshest critics. We are conditioned to see ourselves through the lens of what we lack or what we haven't accomplished yet. But this only breeds dissatisfaction and frustration. When we stop focusing on what's missing and instead focus on what is present, the strengths, the gifts, the qualities that already make us whole, we cultivate a deeper sense of contentment. We stop measuring our worth against others and start valuing ourselves for who we are, not just for what we do. This shift in mindset is liberating. In our fast-paced, achievement-oriented culture, it can be difficult to take a step back and recognize our inherent worth. We're often told that we must hustle harder, compete better, and prove our value to the world. But the truth is, success and happiness don't come from external validation or constant striving. They come from within. They come from a deep, unshakable belief that you are enough. This belief allows you to pursue your goals with confidence, knowing that your value is not contingent upon external circumstances. You no longer need to rely on the approval of others or compare yourself to those around you. You simply act from a place of self-respect and self-worth, knowing that whatever happens, you are enough. The importance of telling yourself that you are enough also extends to the relationships you cultivate. When you believe that you are enough, you are better able to form authentic, healthy connections with others. You stop seeking validation or approval from external sources and begin to show up as your true self. This authenticity strengthens your bonds with those around you. You are no longer driven by the need to impress or compete, but by the desire to connect on a deeper level. When you understand that you are enough, you also become more accepting of others, recognizing that their worth is not tied to external achievements or appearances, but to their inherent humanity, just as yours is. The power of these three words, I am enough, is that they free you from the need to constantly prove your value. You are not defined by your past mistakes, by your achievements, or by the expectations of others. You are enough simply because you exist. And when you believe this, you stop chasing a future version of yourself that doesn't exist and start embracing the person you are right now. This sense of peace and acceptance creates space for authentic growth, where you pursue your goals not out of fear or insecurity, but out of love and ambition. Every day when you wake up, remind yourself that you are enough. It is not an affirmation of complacency, but an acknowledgement of your worth and potential. This daily reminder will empower you to move forward with confidence, resilience, and a deeper understanding of yourself. You are enough. And that belief will transform the way you approach the world, allowing you to take on challenges, build meaningful relationships, and create a life that is aligned with your true purpose. When you understand that you are enough, everything changes. You stop seeking validation from the outside world and start finding fulfillment from within. You are enough, and that is the foundation of everything you can achieve. In the end, believing that you are enough isn't just a daily affirmation, it's the key to unlocking the fullest version of yourself. The world will try to tell you otherwise, but the truth is clear. You are enough, and nothing can take that away. Every challenge in life holds the potential to transform us if we are willing to see it not as a roadblock, but as an opportunity for growth. In a world that constantly presents obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and helpless. But when you start telling yourself daily that you embrace challenges as opportunities, you are shifting your perspective. You are training your mind to see the potential for growth even in the most difficult of situations. This shift in mindset is essential because it empowers you to approach life with a sense of resilience and determination, knowing that every setback can become a stepping stone to something greater. Challenges are inevitable. They are not a reflection of your inadequacies, but rather a natural part of the human experience. We all face struggles, whether in our personal lives, professional careers, or in our own minds. These challenges, however, don't define us. How we respond to them is what shapes our journey. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned, but when you view these moments as opportunities, you are giving yourself the chance to learn, evolve, and ultimately succeed in ways you never imagined. The key to embracing challenges as opportunities lies in the mindset with which you approach them. If you see challenges as threats, you will likely feel anxiety, fear, and frustration. You may avoid taking risks or hesitate to move forward when faced with adversity, but when you tell yourself that challenges are opportunities, you reframe these moments into something much more empowering. Rather than viewing a difficult situation as a failure or a sign that you are not capable, you start to see it as an invitation to grow and learn. Every challenge, big or small, carries the potential for valuable lessons. It's through these lessons that you uncover strengths you didn't know you had and gain the insights that help you progress toward your goals. This shift in mindset doesn't mean that you will always find immediate solutions to your challenges. It doesn't mean that every obstacle will be easy to overcome or that you won't experience moments of doubt or frustration. The key is not in avoiding the discomfort of challenges, but in understanding that discomfort is part of the process of growth. When you embrace challenges as opportunities, you stop fearing failure and start appreciating the process of learning. You understand that failure is not the end, but a necessary step toward progress. The path to success is rarely linear, and the bumps along the way are not signs that you are on the wrong track, but rather indications that you are moving forward. One of the most profound aspects of this mindset shift is that it allows you to maintain a sense of hope and optimism even in difficult times. When faced with a challenge, many people fall into a state of negativity, convinced that things will never get better or that they are incapable of overcoming the problem. However, by telling yourself daily that challenges are opportunities, you remind yourself that solutions exist, even if they are not immediately apparent. You begin to look for the lesson in every situation, and over time, this attitude of openness and curiosity becomes a habit. Instead of feeling stuck or defeated, you approach each challenge with a sense of possibility, eager to discover the ways in which it can help you grow. It's important to recognize that embracing challenges doesn't mean that you will always succeed immediately. There will be times when progress feels slow and setbacks may occur. But it is in these moments of struggle that true growth happens. The act of persevering through difficulty builds resilience, develops your problem-solving skills, and strengthens your character. These are the qualities that allow you to face future challenges with confidence and determination. Every time you face adversity and overcome it, even in small ways, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This in turn creates a cycle of confidence and success. Furthermore, embracing challenges as opportunities helps you build a greater sense of self-awareness. You begin to understand more about your own limitations, preferences, and areas of strength. You learn what drives you, what excites you, and what might hold you back. This kind of self-awareness is essential for growth because it allows you to make more intentional choices about where to focus your energy. When you encounter a challenge, instead of reacting out of frustration or fear, you respond with clarity and purpose. You recognize that the challenge is not something to avoid, but something to engage with and learn from. When you approach challenges as opportunities, you also cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons learned, for the growth experienced, and for the resilience built. Instead of feeling resentful or bitter about difficult circumstances, you begin to appreciate the ways in which these challenges push you beyond your comfort zone. They force you to confront your fears, doubts, and limitations, and in doing so, they reveal your true strength. With each challenge you face, you develop a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. As you continue to embrace challenges as opportunities, you will start to notice that your entire approach to life shifts. You no longer feel overwhelmed by obstacles, nor do you feel defeated by failure. Instead, you become more focused, determined, and resourceful. You begin to see yourself as someone who can handle whatever life throws your way. This sense of self-assurance is powerful because it allows you to move through life with a sense of purpose and direction, knowing that no matter what challenges come, you are equipped to handle them. This mindset is not just valuable in the context of personal growth, but also in your professional and creative pursuits. In the workplace, for example, challenges often arise in the form of deadlines, difficult projects, or interpersonal conflicts. By embracing these challenges as opportunities, you can approach your work with a greater sense of creativity, collaboration, and problem solving. Instead of feeling drained or overwhelmed, you can channel your energy into finding innovative solutions. In creative endeavors, challenges often present themselves as roadblocks or creative blocks. But when you see these moments as opportunities to experiment, try new approaches, and learn from mistakes, you unlock the potential for true innovation. Ultimately, embracing challenges as opportunities is about changing the narrative you tell yourself. It's about refusing to let obstacles define your limitations and instead seeing them as the means by which you grow. Every time you tell yourself that challenges are opportunities, you are not only strengthening your resilience, but also paving the way for future success. The more you practice this mindset, the more you will discover that no challenge is too great to overcome and no obstacle too difficult to navigate. Because every challenge in its essence is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. Every day we are presented with countless reasons to be grateful, from the simple joys of life to the grander moments of achievement. Yet in a world that often emphasizes what we lack or what we don't have yet, gratitude is an element we can sometimes forget to practice. However, telling yourself daily that you are grateful is one of the most transformative habits you can cultivate. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for the good things in life. It's about choosing to focus on the positive even when faced with adversity. It's a mindset that shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. And when practiced consistently, it can radically alter the way you see and experience the world. The power of gratitude lies in its ability to reshape your entire outlook on life. When you focus on the things you're grateful for, you're training your mind to focus on the positive rather than the negative. It's easy to become fixated on what's going wrong, what you still haven't accomplished, or the obstacles standing in your way, but by deliberately choosing to recognize the good, you begin to see life through a different lens. Gratitude opens your eyes to the blessings you may have overlooked, whether they are big or small. It shifts your attention from what you don't have to what you do have, your health, your relationships, your opportunities, and your potential. Telling yourself that you are grateful every day is not about ignoring the difficulties you face. It's not about denying the pain, disappointment, or challenges that life sometimes brings. Instead, it's about recognizing that even in the most difficult moments, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude is not a form of escapism. It's a tool that allows you to process adversity with resilience. It gives you the strength to navigate tough situations and see them as opportunities for growth. When you practice gratitude, you begin to realize that challenges are temporary, but your ability to appreciate what you have, despite the circumstances, is what will carry you through. The act of gratitude also strengthens your connection to others. It fosters empathy, compassion, and understanding. When you make it a habit to recognize the good in your life, you begin to notice the good in others as well. Gratitude allows you to see people not for their flaws or shortcomings, but for their unique qualities and contributions. It enhances your relationships because you begin to approach others with a sense of appreciation rather than expectation. This creates a positive feedback loop where you're more likely to receive appreciation in return, and the bonds you form become deeper and more meaningful. Gratitude also has a profound effect on your mental and emotional well-being. Research has shown that practicing gratitude can reduce stress, increase happiness, and improve overall life satisfaction. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you activate the brain's reward center, releasing dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters. This chemical shift helps to elevate your mood and create a sense of well-being. Gratitude helps to counteract negative emotions like anxiety, frustration, and resentment, replacing them with feelings of joy and contentment. Over time, this shift in emotional state can improve your resilience, making it easier to handle future challenges with a positive and calm mindset. The impact of gratitude extends beyond your emotional and mental health. It also affects your physical well-being. Studies have found that those who practice gratitude regularly tend to have stronger immune systems, lower blood pressure, and better sleep. Gratitude is a form of self-care that enhances both your mind and body, contributing to a more balanced and healthy lifestyle. When you take the time to reflect on the things you're grateful for, you create a sense of peace that ripples through every aspect of your life, from your physical health to your relationships to your professional endeavors. Another powerful aspect of practicing gratitude is that it helps you remain grounded in the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of life, constantly looking ahead to the next task or goal. But when you actively engage in gratitude, you are forced to slow down and appreciate the present. Gratitude helps you recognize the beauty in the here and now, rather than always striving for something in the future. It allows you to be more mindful and intentional with your time and energy. When you live in a state of gratitude, you're more likely to savor the small moments. The cup of coffee in the morning, a kind word from a friend, a moment of quiet reflection. These moments, though they may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, are often the ones that bring the most joy and meaning to our lives. Another way that gratitude impacts your life is by fostering a sense of abundance. In a world that often operates on the principle of scarcity, where we are encouraged to constantly want more, do more, be more, gratitude shifts our focus to the abundance that already exists in our lives. It helps us realize that we don't have to constantly strive for more to feel fulfilled. The things that truly matter, love, health, connection, purpose, are already present in our lives in one form or another. Gratitude allows us to stop chasing external validation or material possessions and start appreciating the wealth of blessings we already have. This shift from scarcity to abundance helps to reduce feelings of inadequacy, stress, and anxiety, and instead creates a sense of inner peace and contentment. Gratitude also fosters a deeper sense of purpose. When you express gratitude for the people, opportunities, and experiences in your life, you begin to see how everything fits together to bring you closer to your goals. Even the challenges you face are part of your journey, and expressing gratitude for them helps you understand their role in your personal growth. Gratitude helps you recognize that everything you experience, both the good and the bad, is an integral part of your story, and that your journey has meaning. It encourages you to move forward with a sense of purpose, knowing that you are where you are for a reason, and that every experience contributes to your